The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Well, this defense for the Eagles much improved from week one. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off the play fake. Fox. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback. Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film? I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. On the counter, Elliott. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end. Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw. Fox. Got an open man. It's McLeod. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 23 yards on the play. Now back to the ground with Elliott. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again. Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Garabay's kick is good, and the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3. Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3. Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. On 1st down, it's Corral. Throw out right, hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Eagles at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. On 4th down, Matt Ariza is sent on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them, but I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They'll roll him out right. A dump off to Elliott. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Fox. He's got the hook up to McLeod. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Fox. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
1st down. Here's Corral with it. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, When I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Fox. That one is caught by Hunt. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fox. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play. They're getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick-6.
Yeah, he's trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, not good for him. They were more than happy on the defensive side to gather that one in and take it to the house.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm.
And this throw will be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The middle, Murray, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That was 2nd down run for Murray. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, Corral. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He tried to do it himself, but couldn't find his way to the marker. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd and 2, Fox going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to try and go deep again. He's got a man, complete. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they manage to convert
And that'll keep the drive alive.
Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Okay.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Looking to throw. Fox. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw again.
Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
Touchdown! Juwan Johnson, a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Throwing here, Corral.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Corral.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Third and long, Corral.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott
with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And it's now 17-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
the line. This Philly offense set to go.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Corral with it. First down here.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, I would guess it combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
Throwing on first down, Fox. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try to get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
That goes out wide to Murray.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Corral looking to pass. 2nd down.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play in this first half.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. They trail by 3, and they just got 3 yards to start the third quarter.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
Corral now to throw.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but just show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And it's fielded at the 34. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Fox. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Fox. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. On 1st and 10, Fox. He completes it to Hunt.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They go play action here on 1st down.
And he's got Pierce.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards, the final tally.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
They'll try again with Elliott. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. Off the option, that's complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Now on 2nd and 13. Corral going to take a shot for Gallup. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This offense, thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially to skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Fox. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught inside the 15.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
A big play that time through the air. 48 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That last effort is noteworthy because he just passed Tony Dorsett on the all-time rushing list. Dorsett had 12,739.
Well, rather fitting because Tony Dorsett, one of his nicknames, the Hawk. And this guy just flew right past him.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Back to throw. Fox. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. From 6 yards away.
And the Cowboys are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
first down. Corral
going deep here for Watkins. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On 2nd and 10, here's Corral.
Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Corral. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Corral to throw, 1st and 10.
Complete. Smith has it.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Corral. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know what he thinks going on out there, CD.
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Fourth down, here's Corral.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one goes for 24 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
72 yards rushing now for Zeke. He's got a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. they feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Cowboys are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Corral from his own end zone here.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Fox. And it's caught. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Elliott will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Fakes the handoff here. Corral.
He's going to let it fly. He's got him in. Complete. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Following the penalty, it's Murray. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They got to make some moves.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. All play action. Here's Corral.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. To try again after the sack.
Corral.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Dallas, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.